The fight now 5 metres shy. The Scotland players arrive round the corner, they get over the try line, and it's an opening score here for the Scottish team. And it's excellent work off the ball, which eventually yields a try. Some great build-up play there from the captain, McConnell, and you can see coming around that corner, Ryan Burke, and he's able just to power his way over the line and get an opening score for the Scottish side.
It started at the maul, didn't it? Jerry Blythe, Lafferty controlling things at the back and good power from the Scottish pack, and it almost ended up in what looked like a training ground play, a team run from Scotland where they got round the corner, they made gain line, and then Ryan Burke eventually manages to burrow himself over.
Andrew McLean, the conversion attempt, he's going to have to act pretty quickly. I'll tell you why in a minute. Crane of the neck to see what the timing looks like. It's not accurate, and he had a little glance over his left shoulder, because when the try is scored now, another try a lot, is you get 60 seconds to take that kick. And unfortunately for him, the ball just bobbled off the tee. So they don't get the additional 2 points, but they'll be glad to start the game with that 5-point score to perhaps settle some nerves of this home support.
Yeah, exactly, Dale. I think it will definitely settle some nerves. Just front foot, they were on the front foot, they earned the line out, and then they executed really well. It was Ryan Burke who took it at the top of the jump, and well-formed maul. They were tight in it, and Jerry Blythe, Lafferty manages to get on the end of it.
And McLean able to learn from perhaps his previous effort with the shot clock against him, and is able to split the kindling with that effort, and it was afforded to him after this brilliant, powerful effort from the Scottish forwards. We're just able to drive that Samoan pack over the line. Samoa played back underway into the hands of Watson. And delayed pass is able to bring Doyle into play. He has to bounce off of his own wing, and again Scotland are back into the Samoan 22. The second rows link up with Burke feeding McVie. Momentum towards the line is Deans now. Dealt with well by the Samoan defence, and another opportunity for Scotland to try and make their way towards the line. Squirming under the cluster of limbs that were in front of him was Conor McAlpine, the wiry scrum half, just able to spot the little gap, and like all good number 9s do, has taken his opportunity in close quarters, and it's relentless now from this Scottish side. 17 points to 0, and it's a try for the scrum half.
Conor McAlpine's looked sharp so far, hasn't he? His service has been really good. We've seen him early on in the half with a break, and then he's sharp around the ruck. The Scottish boys are playing what's in front of them really well, and also moving the ball to width down this right hand side, with Finlay Doyle getting his hands on the ball. A lovely delayed pass by Fergus Watson, which got Scotland on the front foot, and then it was a really good carry by McVie, wasn't it? He powered through, and then as the boys get round the corner, Conor McAlpine is able to come back against the grain, against the folding defenders, gets himself over for a score.
And it's more a case of a bit of lazy defence there from the Samoans, just not able to plug that, drops the ball and then picks it up on his own, and he just hears it straight into Fahavahi, who does well to defend the Scottish captain, and then he's weather the storm. This is the break here from McConnell.
Yeah, it's a big hit. Fahavahi, we've seen a couple from him so far, really puts his body in there. A smart play by McConnell though as well, just
picked at the apex by Ryan Burke. Accuracy from Blythe Lafferty early on. Ball through Thompson, then McLean, and he splinters through, and then a bounce off the right foot, and he's slaloming his way towards the line and scores for Scotland. And it's an excellent score from the host side. Accuracy from the line out, cute interlinking play, and then great individual brilliance from McLean.
Yeah, it's a well-deserved score, isn't it? He put his team in the position to execute, and then the backline play, pulling it back from 12 from Finlay Thompson, sharp hands, and then McLean was able to get himself through the gap. 2 steps off the right foot. He looked strong, didn't he? And he goes over. He's been impressive in the opening 18 minutes so far.
The lightest member of the Scottish back division that's starting, but he's certainly not looked like that with the angles of running that he's displayed so far. And he is the man to get a chance to take a stab at the posts and convert his own score for Scotland.
Yeah, he looks like he's thriving playing flat to the line, which is something that all 10s want to do, and because his pack's putting the platform in there for him, he's able to play on the gain line. It's like I said, it's well set up. Finlay Thompson, great hands, a good sharp pass by Conor McAlpine, but Andrew McLean's able to spot the gap. There was other options there, but he was fully to.
He looks to just skip out of traffic, but well defended by the Samoan side. No. Then Burke, who got the opening score in this game, carries forward to try and set up the platform, and then another chance for Freddie Douglas to carry forward. McLean then finds Thompson. Ventisai has been able to find Finlay Doyle, and he's been able to find just enough space to outstretch the Samoan defence, and Ark is run underneath the uprights for a further score for Scotland, and it's now 31 points to 3 that they lead. And they had to attack from deep. They almost had to perhaps not go off their usual repertoire, their usual copybook, but they showed some innovation there, the Scottish side. They're able to release their winger up this stand side here at the Hive Stadium.
Yeah, well executed in the end, and Finlay Doyle goes over. He's had a few touches in this first half and he's looked sharp, gets a well-earned score. It came from counter-attack for Scotland, didn't it? They had to, as you said, Dale, they had to do it from
McAlpine again, quick to the breakdown, is able to find Curry. He's able to just offload it back inside, and the Blythe Laffertys are at the double. It's now the brother getting on in the score sheet. Ollie Blythe Lafferty with a try for Scotland. It was made some great work from the forwards, some key touches from the backs as well, but it's a tight head prop who is on the end of it.
Yeah, some great touches from the pack. Ollie Blythe Lafferty almost letting that one from Conor McAlpine go over there to Tom Curry, who does a great bit of work, and then he gets back on the inside, as any good supporting tight head does.
Conversion attempt.
Yes.
It's more than just kissed the uprights, it's completely smooched them and just went in between though. It's went the right side of them for Scotland, and it takes them up to that 40-point mark. Andrew McLean adds the extras. His legs.
Oh yeah.
He's been well defended. Scotland have to press the reset button and go through their passages of play that they're hoping to unlock the Samoan defence. Deans, a loose head prop, a little bit of footwork to keep the Samoan defence guessing. McLean to Thompson to Ventisai, the delayed pass to Doyle then straight through, and he's going to get a double. He had options on the outside as Captain McConnell was lurking on the wing, and it just put the defence in two minds. And he is a powerful specimen of a winger for the Scottish side, as displayed here.
Yeah, nice and square from the backs here. Johnny Ventisai takes a big hit for his troubles, but manages to offload that to Doyle. He manages to power through the challenge of a veto. Johnny Ventisai just squares really well before he releases. Doyle goes in for his double.
Thank you.
Loughborough University player, mechanical engineer. He's been able to engineer a couple of really good tries for the Scottish side. And McLean, he's got the mechanisms to get it in between the posts yet again. And Scotland can stretch their lead here, 47 points to 3. And you know, after the first 5-10 minutes, you would have probably,
with the knock on for the offload, but you could see what he was trying to do and thread that ball through. It's good enterprise.
Another strong scrum from the Scots, and they get the ball back, and then they fling it wide into the hands of Doyle. A little kick of the heels, and again a couple of powerful fends. He flings it back in field, and that brilliant link-up play from the Calpine to give it back to Johnny Ventusai, who goes in for a score. Hard working outside centre. Good power from the winger, but great touches there from Conor McAlpine. Heavily impressed with him in this opening 35 minutes, and that is another exhibit as to why.
Yeah, Johnny Ventusai has been heavily involved, especially in the last 10-15 minutes, and another powerful surge on the edge by Doyle. He puts it back in, trusting that his support's going to be there, and there's 3 Scotland jerseys. Conor McAlpine with a great touch back inside, and Johnny Ventusai is able to finish it off.
Challenging one for McLean. Oh, and this one has just went on the wrong side. It's stroked the right hand upright,
Set in white subs.
and it's just came back on the field of play. And there is going to be a eye at the end of it yet again. And great link-up play, and Scotland are flooding through.
Carnage.
But they're going to be on the end of it yet again, because Fergus Watson has been able to just retrieve the loose bobbling ball. Freddie Douglas was involved in the back row forward, but it is going to be a try for Fergus Watson, and this is a relentless display from Scotland. The Samoan defence looks so porous at times, and you can see here Scotland attacking from deep. Great link-up play.
Yeah, playing to the edge as quickly as possible, and this is where they've been really dangerous, just the interlinking play. And I think it was Popa Lee almost going for the interception, which then bounced back into Fergus Watson's hands. Scotland looking sharp, and it's tough on those edge defences for Samoa. They're narrow to begin with, and then it means it's tough for these guys. They have to make decisions on the edge. And with Scotland attacking as well as they are, it's very tough to make the right decision.
You just seen the Scottish players all flooding through on the same but McConnell has just picked up the ball, and he's able to find Curry, his back row colleague, and in the blink of an eye Scotland get the ball, and they are straight on the offensive, and straight through goes Robbie Deans. And has he got the pace to get in the corner? He's joined the front row club, the try scorers here at the Hive, and Robbie Deans gets a try. The delight on his face, almost surprised perhaps from the front row, but he showed great pace. He showed some great touches on the ball, but it's another try, and it came straight from the kickoff.
Yeah, McConnell's been effective at kickoff. He breaks again from his own half, and then on to Tom Curry with a bit of footwork, and the ball's just so quick. It's so quick. And Robbie Deans offers himself up. He's seen his front row counterparts go in for scores, and he's delighted with that one. The change, the ball shift just to get his fend out on that last defender was almost winger-esque, and it's Scotland racking up towards half-time.
Any prop would love hearing that. It's as if the additional one has fallen off the back of his shirt. But Robbie Deans in front row gets a score for Scotland. McLean.
A good break from that restart.
Brought down by the Scottish side, and again looking to try and make its way towards that line. Blythe Lafferty has a little look to the right, and then the chasm in the Samoan defence just opens up in front of him, and he can dive over the line. And it's barely a minute on the clock here in the second half, and Scotland are already on the score sheet, and it's the hooker Jerry Blythe Lafferty who gets the score for Scotland.
It's a tough start for this Samoan team. Ryan Burke rises high again in the line out, and then the drills of the Scottish pack get that maul moving forward, and Jerry Blythe Lafferty with a good bit of footwork off the back of that maul that was required. There was 2 defenders on that short side. He manages to just bide his time and skip inside to get himself over.
Challenging conversion attempt from McLean in front of a sprinkling of spectators in the adjacent stand to the commentary position. And a right-footed kick, he's watching it all the way, but it's just drifted to the wrong side of the uprights. So 71 points to 3. Scotland just pick up from where they left off. The hands now of Avito, his front row partner there, Hanipali, carries forward, but the Scottish defence again hold firm. And that Jack Hawking, he's almost going it alone, and he's clattered there by Tavita, who's coming off of his wing. Deans towards a 10 metre line, protecting the ball, and McAlpine scoops it up and then gives it to McLean. It's opened up in front of him. He's got support either side. He opts to use Captain McConnell, and he's having to use some good footwork, and then flings the ball into the path of Doyle. And Doyle starts making his way towards the line, and he's going to get his hat-trick score. And Scotland able just to keep that ball alive. It was a scruffy pass from the captain McConnell, but he was able to go into the path of Finlay Doyle, and he gets his hat-trick here at Hive.
Yeah, it's ruthless from Scotland. Samoa had a break up in this half, and then Jack Hawking, fresh off the bench, shows his impetus down this left-hand side with a couple of breaks. Scotland recycle ball, and then Eddie McLean ghosts through a gap, as he's done a few times in this first half. He manages to hit his captain, and then Doyle goes over for another one, showing good strength again to finish. It's relentless stuff from Scotland.
Okay, number, please.
The referee just signalling that there was perhaps an infringement there. McAlpine now taking up kicking duties for Scotland. Scooped underneath that, and it's accurate, and the applause comes on from his teammates, and there's going to be a flurry of replacements for
Scotland. Looked for all money. They were a 2-on-1 away from a score, but Popa Ali picked the pocket. He got his team up towards the other end. They took a penalty advantage, and then they opted for the tap and go. A wise choice in hindsight. And Fava manages to power over. That'll be a real being good, which it is.
Finds a target. It's twisting and turning and craning, and it's been well defended by the Samoans. It's run to ground, but it then came back into the paws of Hart, and he arrows his way over the whitewash. And perhaps not the preferred option of scoring a try for the Scots, but they'll take that. They were able to settle the nerves at that breakdown.
No compete.
And then Hart found himself in some space to get that try.
Yeah, the line out / maul probably a wee bit more scrappy than they would have hoped, but off the bench, Rory Hart with a strong carry uses his full height to get himself across there. Takes a couple of Samoan defenders with him. Samoa almost went against the grain to get a score of their own. But Scotland in some possession, got themselves back down into the 22.
Number 8.
Clive Enterside's got options outside, and one of them's Doyle back inside to Watson. And it's a bit of ping pong, but he's able just to bounce his way over the line. Selfless play from Finlay Doyle. Is able to find the Scottish fullback, Fergus Watson. He's perhaps taking a sore one in the act of scoring, but he's got a brace in this game.
Yeah, they were numbers over Scotland, and there were so many options there on the inside, on the outside. Fergus Watson manages to bounce off a couple. The skip pass by Johnny Ventusai, and then the Scottish boys are queuing up. Tough defence.
Supported well there by Freddie Douglas. Ben White working hard round the corner, just plucks up the ball and charges towards the Samoan defence. Kerr Yule acts as first receiver, finds Jack Hawking, and then Watson is lurking on the wing. He angles his run back in field, and he's sizing up a hat-trick too. Finlay Doyle, he's already got his hat-trick in the bag, but Fergus Watson showing some great balanced running to get 3 tries in this game. Showed no effects from his previous clatter to his right hamstring, but he takes the score to 95 points to 8 for Scotland.
Kerry does well to square up. The defence is chasing hard towards that touchline. Fergus Watson just comes hard off the left foot. He's probably hoping there's a gap somewhere in there, and he just finds it. Almost 3 men in, he manages to inject a bit of pace and get himself through, and he goes over for his third of the day. He's had a good match.
Scotland showed absolutely no goodwill to the Samoan side, relentless in their approach as they get towards that try line yet again. And they're over, and the referee quite clear in his communication to the Samoans. There was touchdown first,
straight away. So I'll have a look. Of course.
and it does look like that's the figure of Callum Norrie, who's the player to get the try there and get the ball down. And this is going to be a great angle to see what the referee saw. Ball down, driven back. Good finish from the front row forward.
Yeah, it was good momentum gained for the driving maul, and the Samoan defence was huddled around those pick and goes and just
Do exactly what he done. Samoa want to go quickly.
Not for me.
And the referee Katsuki Farus is just bringing play back. Avaha is going to be the player yet again to
Again.
take the quick penalty, but the defensive line coming up pretty sharp.
Yep.
There he goes again. He's going to try and do exactly what he done previously for the first Samoan try, and it's rinse and repeat for the second row. Tatoe Avaha with another try for the Samoans, which takes them to the 13-point mark, and again showing some nil effects of a tough game here in the capital of Scotland. And this was a lead up to the penalty. It was a well executed try from the Samoans.
yeah, you could see they were keen to take the tap, to get on with things, and it was tried and tested, wasn't it? Avaha had been over in a similar circumstance earlier on in the half, and he's really been leading his team in this second half. He's went over for both scores, but he's at the centre of everything. That's been good about Samoa in the second half. A good power with what looks like a sore shoulder as well to go over for his.
He's just not able to on this occasion, and it's been turned over back into the hands of the Scots, and Yule scoops it to Ventisai, and then McLean arrowing his run towards the corner flag, but he's just been swept away by this Samoan defence.
Use it.
Patterson stoops over the ball, finds McConnell, and there was a big space in front of him. The plant of that right foot just through the Samoan defence, and the Scots go over for another try. And that is an expression of a very determined and focused captain, still speaking to Norrie about passages of play before that, not even acknowledging perhaps scoring a try, but this was a try that McConnell was involved with at the start.
Yeah, again, Johnny Ventisai unselfishly put the ball into space. It was carried on by Fergus Watson, and you mentioned it at half time, Dale, but Liam McConnell, for all that he's good in his industrious work, and you can see the amount of effort he puts in. He's got some lovely touches to his game as well, with whether it would be the offload or the footwork, and it was the footwork on that occasion. But as you say as well, he looks like a captain that's got a job to do, and he looks very determined. I think we've seen that from his team throughout this game, and he'll be determined to defend.
Defence, a kick of the heels, and a great offload to the supporting player Ryan Burke, who was there. Patterson travels, distributes to Yule, and Yule unselfishly gives it to Hawking in the corner. and the Scots are in for another score here. And again, one of the main heartbeats of this Scottish side was the man that went through here, Liam McConnell.
Yeah, we talked about his effort and his work rate, didn't we? But what about his line breaks? He's clocked up a few in this match, and there's another one. And then he manages to shape his defender, to get it out the back door to Ryan Burke. And then, as you said, Dale, unselfish, angled in, hitting the ball on that down line against a flat, tired defence, and manages to go through again.
McLean swipes it with that right leg. Just not got the act. It's going to be Parry on the 22. Throws into his captain. McConnell being brought down. It peels round the side. Kerr Yule is offering his services up, but Parry is just going to head it towards the line. Samoan players on his coattails, but just drags him across the ground to get a further score for the Scots. And it's 121 points to 15, and the smile etched on Parry's face. He perhaps watched the first half and seen his front row colleagues get on the score sheet. Thought, I fancy a bit of that. And there's a score from the hooker.
Good pace coming round the corner from Parry. He just shows the ball enough to leave a wee bit of doubt in the defender's mind. And he goes in from what I'm sure he'll say is about 20 yards.
Plus that. Hocking with a conversion attempt. And he's got underneath it. It's successful. Stretches the points advantage. You never know. It could be something that comes back to have a say in proceedings in the pool system. Pool A and Pool B in the World Rugby Under 20 Trophy. And Parry's try might be a big element. Then being turned over back into the possession of the Scots as Patterson finds McConnell again. And now it's the chance for the Scots to finish this with a flourish. They're starting to make their way towards that space where Parry has just fumbled the ball forward. Match official Katsuki Furus blasts a whistle for the final time in this game, and it is an emphatic victory for the Scots to start their World Rugby Under 20 Trophy campaign. And you can see the scoreline there, 123 points to 15. They thought 83-10 last year was an impressive margin against the Samoans, but they've went a little bit better. The tick of the bunch in the second half. They got off to a great start for Blythe Lafferty. It was the hooker, Jerry Blythe Lafferty, who got the first score of the second half. It was only a minute old, and they never looked back from there.
Yeah, 50 seconds into that second half, Scotland had won the restart back. Some good play down that right hand side from Doyle, and then set up the opportunity to get the rolling maul going. And it was executed well. Jerry Blythe Lafferty skipping inside.
This was the second score. It was flung back inside, and it was Doyle in the end who was able to get his hat-trick score. He got 2 tries in the first half and then managed to get his third there. Again, good play from McLean just to splinter through. And then the captain, McConnell, who's, for me, standout in this game. A lot of good performances for Scotland, but he was the full package for the Scots, leading from the front. It was great to see Samoa eventually get their way over the try line. They were able to get the penalty. And then it was the second row, Avaha, who was able just to burrow under and get the try.
Yeah, he had a strong second half, didn't he? And this really swung the momentum a little bit from Samoa. There was an interception from Popa Lee in the Scotland half when they were on the break, and gave them a bit of confidence and just got them onto the score sheet.
A bit scrappier here from the Scots at the drive and maul, but eventually they were able to use their towering replacement in Rudy Hart to get over the try line. The drive and maul splintering away, but a powerful effort there. He had to go from pretty deep there as well, the second row. And then it was on to the backs to get on in the action, and it was Fergus Watson, the fullback, benefiting off some good work from Doyle.
Yeah, some good possession for Scotland in the 22. Just drawn in the Samoan defence. Tough ask for these guys, chasing towards the touchline. There was Scotland players queuing up. Fergus Watson had a really strong game throughout. Just manages to step off the left and get himself in there, find a bit of space.
He's able to find space with his next try as well. Just able to bounce off of that left foot when he was loitering on the touchline. Angles his run back in field, and that was his hat-trick try. So joining Finlay Doyle in those ranks. And it was a great conversion attempt. And then from close quarters, it was Norrie, the referee. You'll see here, we're on about the match officials during the game, getting in a great position, knowing that the fold was coming round towards the right-hand side. And he's able to spot the ground in here from Norrie.
Yeah, refereed really well, because remember, there's no TMO here, the ref having to take everything on first glance, so he was in a great position, and that came from a driving maul from another line-out situation from Scotland, but Samoa were able to reply. There's that same man again, Alva, manages to get over for his team and get another try on the board for them.
Again, good link-up play, good supporting lines from the Scots. McLean almost looked like he was going to squeeze in the corner, but the first pivot in this passage of play, McConnell wearing the number 6, see just lurking with intent and then just bouncing off that right foot. Great awareness. He's had a great all-round display. A player I've been heavily impressed with, but he certainly reaped the rewards of some good hard work from his teammates there.
He's had a fantastic match and he's led his team really well. You can see the influence he's having. He's had several line breaks, he's had several bits of skill, you can see out the back door there. And then unselfishly, Scotland managed to finish through the hands of Kerr-Yule, on to Jack Hawking to finish in the corner, but it was that man Liam McConnell that made the break with a good angle, and we've seen it on so many occasions the way he was leading his team.
Yeah, the forward showing great pace and power, but the back showing some clinical touches, unselfish play to allow Hawking to squeeze in the corner. And then the exclamation mark on the Scottish performance was Gavin Parry just barging his way through the Samoan front door. It's finding the gap, and you see a couple of players just holding on to his coattails, and he's dragging them over the line, and that was